Right then, this is a quick walk around video, and this is for a top of the range Honda HR-V. It's a 1.6 EX diesel. Cars cover just 39,000 miles from new. Lovely low mileage one with a fantastic history. Finish in red, which always looks lovely on these cars, especially because it's got the kind of privacy glass and the black roof. They're all bricked up rather nicely, and the car's in really lovely condition for a car that's this age. Front of the car, lights and lenses clear and intact. There's no cracks or condensation there at all. Bumper's very clean, same with the bonnet, extremely clean. Can't see any obvious stone chipping on there. Near side of the car, very smooth in the panel work, very crisp. There's no car parking dinks that kind of jump out at me in any way. So it's a bit of a gloomy morning, so hoping you can see this okay. Come around the back of the car, generally very good. Boot lid, can't see any marks, dents or otherwise. Off side of the car, very smooth on the panels, really crisp. Externally, I'm sure, if you get a microscope out and go over every panel forensically, you're going to find something somewhere, but it's, for the age and mileage, in fantastic condition. Coming to the boot area, absolutely huge boots in the cars, and they're finished really nicely. And unlike so many HR-Vs, which are family cars, back's in superb condition. Underneath the lower section, there's quite a big cubbyhole space as well, by the way. It's coming into the back, wide opening rear doors, enormous amounts of room in the back for the size of the car. And again, like the boot, this is a family car, and quite often you get them to an HR-V and they can be very heavily used. Nothing to do with build quality, just day-to-day use, but this one has been kept absolutely beautifully. The front and passenger side, again, all very clean and tidy. Full set of mats in the car. Passenger seat there, again, in superb condition. Come to the front, door card nice and clean. Same with footwell areas in the driver's seat. For a car its age, in absolutely superb condition again. So inside the car now, engine's running through the section, so the dash is illuminated. And dashboard again in fantastic condition. Sat nav, you can see, working exactly as it should. Pop the car into reverse, you've got the rear parking camera, and that complements the front and rear parking sensors fitted to the car. And going down the centre, again, really nicely styled and detailed. Again, fantastic condition. Come to the dash binnacle, hopefully you can see 39,160 miles. The blue light you see there, by the way, whenever the car starts up, that's the coolant light. It checks the temperature. It goes out obviously as soon as it's warmed up. The car's just started. Generally takes a few minutes or so. But it's no warning lights on the car at all. And again, in really lovely condition. Finally, just to show you, owner's manual pack and lock and wheel nut key, all here present with the car. Right then, this is a quick road test video, and this is for our Honda HR-V 1.6 EX diesel. Car's registered RE16EYC and mileage is 39,153. The reason we do these videos is very simple indeed. It's just to ensure that if anyone's online looking at any of the cars we're selling, they get to see that very car actually in operation. Like lots and lots of people, we've been to see cars which looked absolutely fine in photographs or a description, but only to get there and unfortunately find out it's got an obvious fault that shows up, and that can be hugely frustrating if you've driven any kind of distance to see a car. We also do it on these very quiet country roads in this beautiful part of Gloucestershire. This actually forms part of the road test route we take our customers on, and this hopefully will be representative of what you feel yourself should you go on a drive in the car. So coming to the car, pardon me, been very well looked after, low mileage, clearly it's going to drive well, and it definitely does. Push button start, engine starts instantly, settles to a smooth, even idle. There are no warning lights on the dashboard at all relating to the engine or any other part of the car actually. Temperature gauge, it doesn't have one. What am I talking about? It's a light on these. Just fall into my usual mode of going through these things, but it's running perfectly in that sense. The engine's a brilliant diesels, absolutely brilliant. It's smooth, quiet in operation, pulls really well, and is very, very economical. I've owned a number of these HR-Vs over the years, and Civics using the same engine, and 60 to 70 mpg. It's relatively easy, I've found anyway. There's also obviously got all the bits you want from a Honda. They're tough, reliable, long-lasting. They're also cam train driven, so there's no cam belts to worry about at all. So all should be good for big mileages if just regularly and well maintained. Engine then goes through to the clutch and gearbox. Clutch bites exactly where it's meant to, so that's a smooth in operation. Gearbox, simply brilliant gearbox on these HR-Vs. It's a gear change that would go into most other manufacturers' sporty cars. It's just so pleasant to use. It's short, it's sharp in shift. It's got a lovely feel when you change gears. Just really kind of sort of a snappy action to it. It's wonderful, absolutely wonderful. And it shows absolutely zero wear, which they generally don't anyway. They're incredibly robust. And coming on to the steering and chassis of the car, always been a strong point of the HR-V. They drive very, very nicely. It's not just a good family car, it's a really enjoyable car to drive. Steering is nicely weighted, it's very accurate and precise. There's no it's kind of sort of numbness to it, which you get with lots of their competition, where they can feel quite vague and they're steering the car, but you don't really get any sense that you're doing it. This, when you go through the corners, it's pinpoint accurate, really lovely, and it's got a nice natural weighting to it, which again a lot of other manufacturers go for very light steering, which can be nice around town, but all other times can feel quite detached. The whole car feels tight as a drum. The steering tracks bullet straight. There's no vibrations at this speed, or any speed actually up to the legal limit. Then the chassis itself, I mean, this is ultimately first and foremost a family car. Sorry, just going to move my headrest back a bit. So the design criteria is to give you, it's going to be a more comfortable and sporty side, and it is. The ride comfort's really well judged. It's a very, very comfortable car indeed. Damping's brilliant on the car, but when you do go through corners, it's very, very capable. Body control's kept very well in check. It flows through corners really nicely. I've always enjoyed driving the HR-Vs. They're very, very nice car to drive. There's absolutely no clonks, thunks or rattles from underneath the car that shouldn't be there. It's all absolutely as tight as drum in that sense. And the brakes on the car are excellent. They're powerful, touch a brake pedal, they're well modulated, and there's no kind of pulsing or vibrations coming back through the brake pedal at all. And then coming inside, as you expect of a Honda, very nicely put together, very well designed. The interiors are always well assembled, but with thought as well, because they know these are family cars, so they are going to be given quite a sort of a tough life in lots of ways, so they're pretty resistant to that, I have to say. But first thing you notice when you get in, you've got very good visibility, very good driving position, excellent seats in the car. The dash design is easy on the eye, but it's also very, very simple to navigate around in every sense. The actual sat-nav system, Garmin based, again very easy. Most people have operated Garmin at some point. Dual zone climate control below that, which pumps out absolutely ice cold air. Heated seats, all working, all very neatly displayed in sort of quite a modern fashion. And then your dash binnacle directly in front, just simple legible dials, which are just nicely displayed, so you're not having to kind of squint to take the information in. So again, it's Honda put a lot of thought into these things, and it's immediately apparent, but also becomes even more apparent the more you drive the cars. They're just it's sort of clever engineering. Finally then, we've got this lovely leather bound steering wheel. It's all in lovely condition in here. It's been kept really nicely. I can't fault the car at all. It drives absolutely beautifully. But it's, yeah, if there's anything to feedback, I certainly would have done.